the solution to this is great because it doesn't matter what they do. All you have to do is wake up and realize who you are. And you've got more power than them anyways. Doesn't matter what lies they put in front of you. All you have to do is wake up and realize that you're not the slave. You're not the legal person they're trying to convince you that you are. And you're actually mankind. And you're above, in the order of operations of how things work on this planet. You've got God, then you've got man, then you've got government, and then you've got corporations in that order. You are above government. Government is your creation. You own it. It works for you when you realize who you are. And that's one of the things we're trying to teach to people. Well, this is actually, and again, if this last issue with me wasn't proof of that, then I don't know what is. And if there was just outright tyranny right now, and there was no laws being obeyed anywhere or recognized or rights, I would still be in there, okay?
Mm.
They're gonna test you. They're gonna threaten you. They're gonna see if you're gonna fold and cave in and give in to their will and prove that you're a slave.
Is that what it's about ultimately? It's a war of intention and willpower?
Absolutely. You have no rights unless you're willing to defend them. You only have the rights that you're willing to defend. That's it. That's the only rights you'll ever have. If you're not willing to stand up and defend any of your rights, then how many do you have?
None.
None. Then get to work because you got taxes that are due.
And again, let me go back to that point a little bit. In the monetary system as it is now, and of course it's not perfect. I mean, what is that has been invented or made by man? But nonetheless, there is a small wiggle room of freedom. You can handle your own business. If you do have your own money, you can choose where to spend it, etc. While other people are looking for the system to collapse or crash or take it away altogether. But what do you see? What would be the danger if that happened? What do you see? How would that serve the agenda and governments even more, Dean?
Well, education for one. We stopped educating the young. We stopped educating our own kids, and we left it up to the tyrants that are trying to steal everything from us. Okay, so when the house thief is left in charge of educating your kids, you're going to have two house thieves. So the first failure is with us. And again, there's no problem with the system. The system works just fine. The system can be used to do very bad things, and the system can be used to do very good things. But the problem is that evil triumphs when good men do nothing.
Yeah.
Edmund Burke. Well, good men are doing nothing. That's changing. We're starting to do good. We're starting to stand up and say, nope, that's the end of her. And we got to remember that now we've got this now that we've got this internet and we've got this whole world of people that are connected now and sharing information. It's not like it was a couple of 100 years ago where all they had to do was start a couple of wars and all information broke down and countries went into mini dark ages again where everybody was more in fear of their lives and eating than they were in remaining educated, stuff like that. I think we're kind of at a turning point, a watershed moment maybe in human history here where the whole world is watching. And crimes like these just can't be hidden or buried anymore. And in order to destroy all the progress that we've made and all the people that are out there working and trying to do good, you'd almost have to destroy the world to cover that all up. And I don't think they're prepared to do that. So
yeah. I think you're right. And I think there's a window of opportunity as they are trying to clamp down, bring in more control. They have to take more risks as they're doing that, and they will get more and more people to open up their eyes to what's really going on. And also at the same way then start to do the right thing within the system, basically wake up to the evils that are out there and just simply, again, vote with your dollar, so to speak. Do what you believe is right by supporting the people that you know and that is doing the right thing. It's really very simple, but most of the time we think that the solution has to be something really, really complicated and has to have a 12-step program and it has to involve all these complicated things when it's just using common sense and doing the right thing. Yeah, well, and exposing it is exactly it. And I'm big on ridicule and mocking. Those are two of my favorites as well, and satire.
instead of like denying it or trying to like get in an argument of any kind or whatever arguments people use nowadays, I just come right back and shoot right back and say, well, yeah, of course I'm free, aren't you?
You're one of the enslaved ones then, huh?
Yeah, I'm really sorry if you're not free. You know, sorry that you're a slave, kind of thing, and that makes them think. Like we're inherently free. I just thought that was common sense. Like you say, freeman, like it's a derogatory thing.
Yeah,
you know, just like the media taught you to react to a word like that.
Well, now freedom is terrorism, and it's you know, what's his name, Will Ferrell on a billboard with an American flag and a machine gun in front of him and says freedom. You know, that's who you are now when you talk about that word, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's they're losing though. That's the funny thing is that these are all acts of desperation. They are losing, and I always thank them for exposing themselves. Every time they do something stupid like this to me, I thank them. I said, thank you very much. You guys do a better job of exposing what you're doing than I ever could. Please keep it up. This last time in court, I told them that I should hire them for my PR department. Said, you people wake more of my fellow people than I possibly could. Like, and you're just getting my name out there more. Now more people are going to my website. This is great. Can you guys keep me in here another month? That's not the reaction they want from you. No,
exactly, and that's the way to look at it. I think as well. Then you, at the end of it, you don't have a crushed spirit. You come out winning, if you will, from the situation. Although that they have deprived you from you know, X amount of days of your life as a free sovereign human being. But all right, if that's the prize, then to help to spread your word even further, if you will, then I guess so be it for those who are willing to do that.
Yep. Oh, I told them that flat out. I said, well, don't you want to go home, when they were trying to get me to make application for bail? I said, of course I want to. I said, but I'm not willing to do anything just to go home. I said, I'm not gonna let you guys do what you're planning here. I'm not gonna grant jurisdiction. I'm not gonna contract with your court just to go home. I'm not a coward. I said, if you're gonna force me to stay here, then number one, I'm sure there's a lot of people in jail that could probably really benefit from learning their rights. And number two, I don't know if you guys have looked outside right now, but it's about minus 45, and I'm a contractor. You couldn't have picked a better month to throw me in jail. This is awesome, man. I really didn't want to have to go frame this week because it is really freaking cold outside. So I'll just sit in a cell. You people can feed me, and you're going to be liable for all the damages when I get out. And I can tell you right now, I can't earn money like that on a job site. The amount of damages you people are creating right now, I cannot earn that kind of money working for a living. So go ahead, do your worst.
Tell us about that again before we wrap things up then for this time. If there's any, what is going to happen now paperwork-wise? Are you going to, send them stuff, etc.? What's going on there?
Even just within the system, generally accepted practices of going to court and suing people, this is going to be monstrous. This is a pure human rights violation where they admit they're throwing you in solitary confinement due to your political beliefs. Just filing a standard lawsuit alone with everything I've got against these people is going to be a jackpot. Just a jackpot. Not only, but now I also get to test out a whole lot more stuff that I've been working on to do with commercial liens and what to do with them and where to go with them. And how to give them the full force and effect that people are looking for, right? And again, commercial lien, it's just what it says. It's a lien. The only way somebody's going to cut you a check is if you have shut their ability to conduct commerce down so badly that they'd rather pay you now because you're harming them further. You're harming them more than them just paying you would cost them. So I'm harming their business more than if they just were to pay me out and be rid of me. That's what a commercial lien will do. Getting an actual order to pay and starting to seize real property, a commercial lien will never do that, but we do know exactly how to do that as well. And anybody that wants to study this stuff and with a little time and patience now can learn this, because there's been many people out there now that have made all of their research available online. It's all there. If you don't know how to do something, it's only because you're lazy. Because people have been making this available for years now, and I do find it interesting, by the way, and this lets me know that these people realize that the gig is up and they're in a lot of trouble. Every movement that I have seen come along in the last 6 months or a year has been headed up by a lawyer or an ex-lawyer. And I can tell you right now that all of these organizations are being created by the government or by the Bar Association or the Law Society to try to lure everybody into becoming part of the controlled opposition. To stop you from doing something on your own. No, we got this. We got this. We filed a lawsuit. We're going to fix everything for all of you people. You don't have to do a thing. Bullshit. That doesn't pass my first smell rule. The minute they want people to start doing nothing, stop it. Look, no, you guys don't have to do anything anymore. We took care of it all. Yeah, sure. Sounds to me like somebody's worried about us doing something.
You want to name any titles or?
Nope.
No?
I'm not. I think people have probably come to know one thing, if anything else, for me, and it's that I do not comment on other people's work for the most part. I'll say who I like, whose work that I do like and stuff like that, but everybody's got the choice out there. If I was to start telling people what I thought of other organizations out there, am I not assuming liability for their decision-making process now? They don't have to go and read and look into it for themselves anymore because they're just going to take what Dean said on face value. Isn't that why we're having the problems we have right now?
Well, exactly. I mean, obviously, not that it matters. I mean, I think you're absolutely right. Personal opinion can be useful and helpful, but at the end of the day, people shouldn't base their own decisions on what someone else thinks. So I think you're right in that regard.
Yep, absolutely. People can use their own discretion and their own common sense, and everything I've said tonight holds true. These are absolute truths. That's all they are. These are just truths I've been pointing out to people. I'm no smarter than anybody else. I just know truth when I see it. And I know bullshit when I see it. Okay? Nobody can fix this problem for you because we are the problem. We are a society of ignorant people who spend well beyond our means. And when we do spend all our money, we're financing corporations that are causing every problem on this planet.
Yep.
So who can fix that but you?
That's right. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know who you are. You don't know how to contact the government properly. This is where some of the law stuff comes in. And you don't know how to put them in their place because you created them. They work for you. You better believe that is the truth. And they're not worried about you because you don't even know who you are. You can't hold them accountable because you don't know how. What do they have to fear from you?
Let me